Welcome to Court B, slightly delayed 11:35 kickoff. Altrincham versus Hull in the Slater Gordon Championship, with the stream powered by MK batteries. It's Lee Westwood speaking. It's the third game today. A tough match for teams near the bottom of the championship. Slightly unfair on Altrincham in that they're 7th, so they're in the top of the bottom half. Hull struggling though. Not sure Hull have scored a goal yet. Altrincham on 12 points, so kind of nice and clear from the. In fact, I'll backtrack completely on saying, you know, they are 7th, but they're just a point away from 6th. So in a way, they're in the kind of pack at the top of the table. With 12 points already, they're probably comfortably safe from any of the likely from the relegation scrap at the end of the season. I'll just go through the teams and squads. So, Altrincham in goal, Hudson. Playing in the middle, Davis. On the far left, Johnson. On the far right, Hassan. And on the bench, Holt. And I can't see fourth class. Just trying to think, there was a suspension yesterday, but I think that's been served. But on the bench, Daniel Holt. Can't see Joey Levine this morning. Yeah, actually the suspension was Davis. So yesterday there was a match, red card given for a player leaving the pitch and scoring a goal scoring opportunity. That was Davis, served the suspension, so now back with the team. And playing towards us, Hull and East Yorkshire. Rothery in the keeper's shirt in orange. In the dark blue, the slight, with my eyesight, there's a slight kick clash, but Aston Walls on the right as we're looking at it, Luke Brennan, it's on the team's left. And on the left as we're looking at it, the team's right, Harrison Smith. And on the bench, Jefferson and Hodson. So a few minutes in already. The pressure's been with Altrincham so far. Altrincham, who a name change from Sale last year, so you'd be familiar with the players and the lineup, although perhaps not the name. Hassan trying to knock it across for. Oh, clash there just between two players. But Davis to Hassan. Hassan's broken it across the pitch. Johnson knocks it in. Johnson delighted there. 1-0. Johnson with an assist from Hassan. 1-0 to Altrincham. So for a team on their 8th match, that's Hull, having not scored yet, going 1-0 down in the first 4 minutes is not great. There's something, I'm not sure if there's an issue with Wall's chair. Walls has been subbed off, Hodson's on. So Hodson on for Hull, Walls off. I'm not sure if that's just a temporary mechanical substitution. They seem to be having a chat with Wolves on the sidelines, but the match continues. Hull looking to find a form and a style of play. Oh, Hodgson, I thought Hodgson had come on. She's now gone off and Jefferson's on. So, not sure what happened there. So the Hull lineup now is Rothery, Brennan, Smith and Jefferson. And Wolves has disappeared completely from the playing area, which, oh no, he's back on the sideline, so I think whatever the issue was. Oh. Goal for Mason Davis there. So already Altrincham stamping their authority on this match. Uh, 2-0. 6 minutes into the first half. The Slater Gordon Championship match between Altrincham and Hull. Already with Hull not having scored at all this season in 8 games, it's looking a tough return for them here. Altrincham, this doesn't actually moves them up the table beyond Man United into 6th, but puts them in a pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams, all within 3 points of Altrincham, between 3 and 7th. So as I said earlier, I think this result will, I mean, it's not mathematical, but it'll, on previous seasons, it'll probably mean they've already got enough points to avoid the relegation battle later in the season. They're only 4 points off the top, although a game behind a game ahead of Villa Rockets Lions, and in fact 2 games ahead of Nottinghamshire. But challenging for the title isn't outrageous, depending on how other results go. Hassan, nice dummy ball there. Johnson not able to get on top of that. So Hull not found any rhythm yesterday on the few games I commentated on. Just wondered, there seemed to be, the way they were set seemed to create a lot of space between their front wingers and the 2 defenders. And Wolves is now back on. Brennan's off. Just that distance was seemed to be making it too easy for teams to take control in the middle of the park. And again, you got Rothery and Wolves play very close together, and Jefferson and Smith waiting for the ball to break. But between the 2 wingers and the defensive pairing, Sale can just fill in all the gaps. So we got a kick from Rothery. Sale have marked everyone. Wolves lets the ball go past and then moves on to apply pressure to Hudson. It was good comeback from Altrincham, given that yesterday they're slightly upset by the result and the sending off. I mean, the sending off was in the rules. It's that one where the player leaves the pitch, it doesn't matter whether it's inadvertent or not, and stops a goal scoring opportunity. The ball didn't cross the line, so it wasn't a goal. Therefore it's a red card and a suspension and a penalty. But they're back in it now, 2-0 up against Hull and East Yorkshire. Jefferson on the ball. Immediately picked up by Davis. Davis starting to take control for Altrincham in the centre of the park. Hassan and Johnson acting as the wingers, taking the feed from him, playing it between each other. That's how they got the goal. Oh, that was didn't quite get around it there, Johnson. I felt there was quite a big gap looking at it, but I'm not sure if the angle looks slightly different from the cameras, but it looked like he had a big near post gap, but played it across to Davis. So Hudson very high, Hassan's dropped back. 3 players in and around the box from Altrincham. Doesn't get past the Rothery Walls wall. Hudson taking it in to Davis, Hudson across. Johnson has to come and collect it. It's just too sharp an angle going backwards there. Johnson strikes it in. Walls moving across. Walls working hard behind Rothery there. There's some great triangular play coming from Altrincham. Posts moved a bit. Davis with Rothery. Davis moving quickly across the box. It's unlikely to dribble it past those two unless there's an error. Ball's gone out. It's a Hull kick. So as Rothery plays very deep, when you got Walls on the line there taking the kick in, you've only got Smith and Taylor, Jefferson to aim at, and Sale Altrincham very comfortable playing high out, and so they've got 4 players to lock off to. Hassan looking for Davis. Davis doesn't make it. Smith flicks the ball, but it's gone out. So after a fairly intense period, Altrincham went 2-0 up within 4 minutes. The game settled down a bit, but really all the territories with Altrincham, possessions with Altrincham. Hull have got to solve this problem for them, which is where a goal is going to come from. Racking up an enormous goal difference against, which means any chance of survival is going to have to come down to points, and if you can't score you can't get the points. So what are they going to do to crack that problem? At the moment the problem in front of them is Altrincham in the form of Jack Johnson. He's backed off now, letting Hassan take on Walls for Hull, trying to drive the ball up the left-hand line. Jefferson, the winger, moving away to avoid the 2-on-1, now sitting on the far right post. He's actually further forward than the Altrincham goalkeeper Hudson. Hudson's very happy to let him go, but now a chance. Hudson deal with that safely. Jefferson trying to find Walls. It's gone behind Walls, and now it's 2-on-1. Altrincham, Hassan, Rothery. Ref seen a touch, hesitant now, he's giving it against Walls. So free kick for contact. Davis will take. Sails set as wide as they can be. Ball goes to Hassan. Hassan doesn't manage to get control. Walls for Hull, hits it out. Oh, just nearly came off the front bumper of Walls there. That would have headed goalward for an own goal. And Hassan now driving on, and he's flicked it past Rothery and in front of Walls for a dribbled in goal. So 3-0. Hassan scores for Altrincham. That's 4-0. Now it's 4-0. For some reason the goals aren't registering on the graphics, not sure why. But it's 4-0 to Altrincham. Less than 5 minutes left in this first half of the Slater Gordon Championship match between Altrincham and Hull and East Yorkshire. I would have thought the result is beyond doubt now, as in all the games so far this season Hull haven't been able to score. So to find 4 or 5 to get anything out of this game would seem miraculous. So, as we look at it, Rothery set on Hull's goal line, Walls bringing the ball out, which is a job he's been playing all match. Jefferson very high up for Hull. Smith kind of playing a little defensive role, trying to win the ball back. So, said on commentary yesterday and today, it's just not clear how Hull are going to make that connect between the high wingers and their defensive pairing, who sit very tightly together. The gap is too big and it's too easy for opposition to sit in the middle, and therefore very hard for Hull to get out the way they're currently set up. Reflected in the difficulty they're finding in scoring goals, whoever they're playing this season. So set play chance for Altrincham. Takes corner. Hudson dummies it to Davis. Davis. 2-on-1. Hudson Davis. So. Rather, he plays it out. Walls. That's to Taylor. That's a handful of occasions when they managed to get a pass between, this move between 3 players there, but not hitting the heights that Altrincham managed. Getting a nice triangular passing going. Jefferson intercepts well for Hull though there. Davis driving it round past Walls. Is he going to get past Walls? Hassan moves away to avoid the 2-on-1. Davis has got the, I think he's got the better of Walls there. Ball's gone out for a corner. Less than a minute left. And 4-0 to Altrincham. Just a reminder, the graphics are wrong. They're showing 1-0. It is 4-0 to Altrincham. Had all of the possessional and territorial play in this first half, really. As usual, Hull with Walls trying to create the breakout. He takes the kick in, but Altrincham filled all the gaps. Should win the ball back almost immediately, but Jefferson's done well off a hit from Smith, sorry. Davis, great touch to Johnson. Johnson pacing it back to Davis. Davis to Hassan. Hassan with a swing across. Walls has done the work to get back, and once again Walls and Rothery sit tight in that defensive pairing. Jefferson on the halfway line for Hull. Smith loitering on the edge of the box for Hull. Hudson deep back. The buzzer's gone, so the time is with the ref. Davis, open goal for Johnson, no! And that's it, half time. So 4-0 to Altrincham. We'll leave it there, try and get the graphics fixed. We'll come back to the second half of this Slater Gordon Championship match with the stream powered by MPA batteries shortly. Welcome back to the Slater and Gordon Premiership match. Second half about to get underway between Altrincham and Hull and East Yorkshire. The score's 4-0. If you were watching in the first half, the graphics weren't quite catching up. We got them sorted now. So it's 4-0 to Altrincham. This doesn't do anything to Altrincham. Oh yeah, it does. This moves Altrincham above Man United in the table, so they're now 6, so they're in the top half. Within 3 points of Altrincham, there's 5 teams, within 3 points of Altrincham, including themselves. They've now played 9 games. Seems very likely this performance puts them safe, not mathematically, but on historic, the way the tables have run out, should be well clear of any relegation worries now. But it leaves Hull in deep trouble. Haven't scored a goal yet. This is Hull's 8th game. On average, they're conceding 3 a game, and the way they're set up is obviously it's set a pattern that the other teams are finding easy to unpick. And as we get going in this second half, Altrincham in the ascendancy again, having just had a corner. So there have been some changes to the Hull lineup. Got Rothery in goal, Walls, Hodgson is on, and Smith went off at half time. Just checking, Altrincham unchanged. Altrincham unchanged. So Hodgson with the ball for Hull on the right wing, passes to Walls. Jefferson gets it back slightly messily to Walls, but he's blocked off by Davis. So is anything going to change in the Hull setup that will make it life more difficult for Altrincham? No indication of that so far. Ball breaks for Hodgson. Hodgson touches a beautiful touch past Hodgson past Hudson. I mean, massive delight there from Hull, not just because that's a goal, that is their first goal of the season. So maybe this is the little chink they've been looking for that gets them going. So 4-1, Hodgson scores for Hull, and that literally is asking, have Hull found something different that's going to find them to score goals? A slightly fortuitous break, but it was a lovely touch from Hodgson that kind of fooled Hudson in the Altrincham goal. But still a long way back for this game, but that in itself kind of just changes the season slightly for Hull, their first goal after 8 games. Hodgson on the ball to Walls, big hit that comes off Walls, and it's gone out for a kick in to Altrincham. Johnson, lovely hard hit ball to Johnson and Hassan. I haven't seen them play together before, playing really lovely pairing. Seem to intuitively know where each other will be. The evidence today, there could be a dangerous pairing for other teams to face, and Davis acting in the middle, putting the ball to either one of them to then set up the triangular passes and create shooting opportunities. And the experienced Hudson in goal for them. He's playing a bit deeper now, but he's very happy to come up the pitch and get involved if needed. Davis to Hassan. Hassan left it, but Johnson not able to do anything with it. Walls picks it up. Walls doing all the work in the midfield for Hull. Ooh. Refs let it go. Johnson miscues. There was a chance of a shot there. Players dropped something. I think that happened yesterday. We saw a similar bit of kit fall onto the pitch in another match. So refs paused, giving the kit to the coaches for them to sort balls out. It's a pad, just keep him set and comfortable during the match. So as things stand, 4-1 to Altrincham. Hull have come out though and they've scored a goal. It's the first goal they've scored this season. And Altrincham probably comfortable still in the. I can't imagine they'll expect Hull to find another 3 goals. Just playing their patterns they've been playing all match. And Hassan's off and Holt is on. So Holt on for Altrincham, Hassan off. So let's see. I was just saying how Hassan and Johnson seem to have formed a lovely partnership together. Let's see if Holt and Johnson can work similar magic. Ooh, Hodgson with a great ball there, passed into the path of Jefferson, but he wasn't able to reach it. There's little glimmers here for Hull. The ball's picking up in pace. If Altrincham can't be complacent, they'll leave big gaps. Possibly Hull will exploit them. Once again, Altrincham can build up play through their attacking players, the fast transition play. Very comfortable passing around each other in triangles. And they've forced the ball deep into Hull's defensive half, but so it's a kick into Hull, more or less on the corner flag. It's gone straight to Holt, to Walls. So Hodgson and Walls got 2-on-1 against them, so it won't be a kick in, it's a 2-on-1 just on the edge of the box. So Johnson there looking, it was an indirect kick, Johnson looking to give it to Davis, just to slide it in between Walls and Rothery. Wasn't able to pull it off. Hodgson. Davis intercepts immediately, but he gives it to Walls. Walls is intercepted by Johnson. Johnson's taken it round Walls. kick in for Altrincham. So 10 minutes in, 10 minutes left this second half. Slater Gordon Championship. It's 4-1 to Altrincham, but Hull have come out. They're winning this half so far, having scored the only goal. But this result still keeps them, unfortunately, very firmly at the bottom of the championship table on no points. Puts Altrincham into the top 6 amongst a pack of 5 teams, all vying for that third place playoff position. But by the same token, they're only 4 points away from Nottinghamshire and Villa Rockets, with a lot of the season to play. So not even halfway through yet. So it's not going to take many upsets to swing that top half of the table around. And Altrincham will be very happy with this performance. I mean, you couldn't say they were unlucky per se, but they had a result yesterday that was heavily affected by a sending off when ball didn't cross the line, but the player stopping the ball was behind the line. Rules of the game are you get sent off for that, so they went down to 3 men, had a player suspended, but they've come back strong from that. This half's been a bit more balanced for Hull. They need to find a way to score consistently. Kick goes awry, goes to Davis, and it's now out for a Hull goal kick. Comes off Davis and goes all the way down the pitch and behind the goal for a goal kick. Rothery on the ball for Hull. Davis, Johnson, I think it's the introduction of Hodgson rather than the absence of Hassan, but Altrincham just lost a bit of shape, and Hull are finding a few more breaks and touches. But it's great ball from Holt there. Davis just not. Davis, he's switched onto the wing now, but he's playing a bit deeper than either Hassan or Johnson would do on the wing, and I think they're swapping back. Yeah, Davis not naturally a winger, quite a young player, but seems to like taking control in the middle, running the game from the pivot position. Wolves hits the ball out, so it's kick in for Altrincham. Johnson seems to be taking a lot of the set pieces for Altrincham. Nice. Davis lets it go. Holt with a shot, doesn't get it away. 2-on-1 risk. Davis backs off. They've let it go. Rothery driving the ball out of the goal for Hull. I think he's brought it back. Yeah, the ref was playing advantage there, so he's brought it back, so it's a Hull kick. Wolves with the kick. Rothery back deep in goal. Wolves with 2 targets, both well guarded by Altrincham players. Holt for Altrincham not playing any part in defence. He's staying high. So Hodgson taking the kick-ins. Hodgson intercepted by Johnson. Johnson and Walls, but Hodgson and Walls caused a 2-on-1. Ref putting the ball down near Altringham's left wing on the halfway line. Quick take by Hudson. Chance for Johnson to shoot, but he doesn't. He passes onto the wing. Davis not able to get out there to it, so it's gone out for a kick in. Very energetic players, these Altrincham players, particularly Johnson and Davis. Consistently trying to drive the ball hard and fast and across the court. Not content to sit on it and dribble. Substitution. Hassan's on. Johnson's off. Whole squad: Rothery, Walls, Hodgson, Jefferson. Yeah, they're unchanged, with Smith and Brennan on the bench. So Hudson's come all the way up the pitch to take the corner. Hassan, just a few inches behind. Rothery wouldn't have got to that, but Rothery made it, and then Davis drives the ball fast in. Walls has to react, saves it on the line. Davis is teasing the ball off their bumpers, trying to find a gap. Off Walls' bumper, it's not gone out. Has now, and it's a corner. Hudson stays up. Holt's dropped back for Altrincham here. So Hudson, the nominated goalie, taking part in the attack. Hudson to Davis. Davis goes to the near post. Rothery saves. Davis trying to drive the ball round Rothery. Post moved a lot there. Lost sight of where it is. So it's Davis gone out. It's another kick in. A lot of pressure here from Altrincham. They're 4-1 up. There's less than 4 minutes to play. Hudson on the ball. I think it's going to go past Davis. He's touched it. He can't touch it again. Walls comes to engage. And Walls lost it off the back of his bumper. It's gone across. Rothery needs to make it. Hassan thought he was. If Hassan had come in, it was just an error there by Rothery, but he got away with it as Hassan had given Rothery the benefit of the doubt. And it's a kick in right on the corner triangle for Hull to get out of their own box. Walls just invites Hassan to come onto that. That's a bit risky though, because it's a great pass from Hassan. 2-on-1, I think Davis and Hassan, yeah. So Davis and Hassan calls the 2-on-1. Rothery's taking the kick for Hull on the edge of his own goal box. Walls, nice touch off the wheels to Jefferson. Jefferson back to Walls. Walls to Jefferson. Jefferson swings. Doesn't make contact. 2-on-1 given. Hassan and Davis. It's hard for me to judge the distances right at pitch level, but Davis, the wave of his hand there suggested he felt that was a little unfair. Walls to Jefferson. Jefferson to Hodgson. Hodgson doesn't get the shot away, and it's back with Hudson for Altrincham. Walls with the ball down the line. Hudson on the ball. Plays it to Davis, slightly risky, right in the middle of his own goal box, but Walls, he's taking it all the way down. It's kicking now for Hull, just inside their own half on their right wing. Hull not quite the distance there, but didn't matter. Walls took it anyway. Ball's gone out for a goal kick. Rothery to take the ball. So I think the result's in no doubt here. 3 points to Altrincham. It's 4-1. Altrincham getting all the goals in the first half. So in a sense, a much better performance from Hull, winning this half, scoring a goal, first goal they've scored in 8 games. So there's hope. There's a formula here, if they can repeat it in other halves, that might start dragging them up the table. At the moment they're at the bottom with no points. And Altrincham have moved up to 6, and Altrincham now on 15 points, so they'll be really chuffed with that outcome. Starting to settle into the top half of the table. Not too far away from kind of playoff place or automatic promotion. They can keep going. So clock's gone to 0. It's with the ref not been much to delay the game in this half, I don't think. Last chance for Hull. And there we go. So well done Altrincham, run out 4-1 winners, move up the table. Hull, another tricky result, but they have scored a goal. Hull's still down there, bottom with 0 points. So thank you for watching this Slater Gordon Championship match. Altrincham running out the winners, and thank you for watching the stream, which is powered by MK batteries.